It has a reasonable chain of narration related to us by Abdullah ibn Abbas. This is a very short hadith. It's very, very short. And the theme is still the significance of masajid that I will conclude this Wednesday, inshallah. So just a few more hadith. This is a very short hadith, but the meaning I think is very important. This is what he said, عليه الصلاة والسلام. قال ما أمرت بتشييد المساجد. That's it. I was not commanded by Allah to perform tashyeed of masajid. Tashyeed doesn't mean building. Tashyeed means making glamorous. That's what tashyeed means. And of course, scholars do have some degree of difference of opinion on this topic, so I'm not going to act like that does not exist. But I think the point that he's trying to make here, alayhi salatu wasalam, if we talk about it appropriately, everyone can come to a certain degree of agreement on it. What he's saying, alayhi salatu wasalam, is that I was not told to spend a lot of money in making the appearance of the masjid very glamorous. That's not where I was told to put the wealth. And masajid, in order for them to be functional, they don't have to be like that. They don't have to be, because the reason he would say this, alayhi sallam, is because the pagans, they did tashyeed of when it came to, of their qubu, of the maqabir of the graves that they cared for, and they performed a lot of tashyeed when it came to the asnam that they worshipped. And when you looked at the Christians and the Jews before the Prophet alayhi sallam, they performed tashyeed of their kana'is and synagogues. Like they spent a lot of money. They made them of gold. They put so much wealth in it that it seemed like it was something beyond what it needed to be. And the Prophet ﷺ, when he was saying this, he was trying to say that that's not what I'm bringing. I'm not just adding to that. It's okay. Now there was once synagogues and churches and pagan, and now there's going to be masajid. All the same thing. All are going to be toilets of money, where money just keeps on taking money and taking money because you need to build something that is extremely expensive. No. That's not what he said. He's trying to explain, alayhi sallam, that's not what I'm bringing. A masjid is not going to be a space that is extremely lavish and extremely expensive. No, the value of it is going to be the value of what it brings to the people who come to it. The value is going to be the unity and the ilm and the mentorship and the love and the knowledge that's going to exist within it, even though it may be simple. And we know that because the Prophet ﷺ did not perform tashyeed of Quba, nor did he perform tashyeed of his own masjid ﷺ in his own life. Like no money was gathered from the Sahaba where he used to fix the masjid and make it bigger and put more things in it to make the roof higher and maybe paint it and put in. No. He lived all his life, ﷺ, the masjid as simple as it was when it was first built. All they put in was a roof, and the roof was of sa'f al-nakhl. I mean, they would take old pieces of palm trees and cover, because he covered the first piece where he was praying towards the Masjid al-Aqsa, so the northern part had it, and then the Qibla changed, so now he wasn't standing under the palm trees anymore, he was standing under the sky, so whenever it rained, the whole thing turned into, there was a lot of mud. Ahlul Sufa lived in that place, so they covered it up eventually during his life, alayhi salatu wasalam, and they got him a mimbar. After the mimbar was right beside the jidh', they made him a small mimbar, which was just 3 steps, just so that the people could see him a little bit better, alayhi. So that's it. No wealth was put. He could have easily taken, he could have gathered wealth and made sure that a certain portion, if he stood on the mimbar, alayhi, and said, Ya ibadallah, put money together for us to fix up the masjid and make it, would they not have put their money? Right? He didn't. May that be something that the people who run masajid learn from. He didn't. He left the masjid with no walls. All his life, alayhi salatu wasalam. It was wall-less. All right? And he never gathered money to improve it. Doesn't mean that we make our masajid sad, where it's not taken care of, it's not maintained, but we have to be careful. We have to be careful on what we do and how we use the wealth that is coming within masajid. We have to keep it, and I say that to myself first, obviously, as someone who, but we have to watch out for that. It doesn't mean that you don't put your money there, but we have to remind ourselves what masajid, the value of masajid is the programming, is the teaching, is the knowledge, is the love, is the mentorship. That's the value of it. It's not the I've entered masajid. I remember, I don't want to name the countries. So I've entered masajid. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Isha. If we broke this masjid down and sold all of its parts, we could literally feed like a small country somewhere in Africa for a year. This amount of Sheikh. Look, I remember one of the Sheikh was showing me. in Dimashq, by the way, one of them was in Dimashq. It's like, oh, this is يعني مطلي بالذهب. ايش يعني؟ طيب مطلي بالذهب ايش اعمل لك يعني if it's covered with gold? So what? Are the words that you're saying arriving? Are they landing? Are people learning? Are kids? That's gold. That's gold. That's nothing. This means nothing. But Masjiduhu sallallahu alaihi wasallam was better than your masjid, and it was from Jidh al-Nakhl, and he gave us khutbah under a tree branch, alayhi salatu wasalam. There was more barakah there than anywhere else on earth. So we have to be aware. Ma umirtu. This is what he said. It's a hadith, and it's authenticated, and it's worthy of reflection. Even though there's difference of opinion here, and I do acknowledge that and accept that. And I think there's a piece that we can all learn from. يروي الإمام أبو داود في سننه بسند حسن عن عبد الله بن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ما أمرت بتشييد المساجد صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم وبارك وعظم على نبينا وحبيبنا وقرة أعيننا محمد وعلى آله